Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tartan Tabletop podcast. The sickest podcast this side of the Clyde. Everyone is
disgusting.
That is just horrible. People need to listen to that on the fucking commute to work, man. Fucking dying off in there.
A public microphone that we use as well. Niall also deep throated it like a minute ago.
Whoa, we don't know about that.
I know what happens behind the scenes, okay?
The privacy of our studio, we can be as weird as we fucking want.
Exactly.
No one needs to know that we record on public microphones.
It's just a bus stop. Yeah.
You know those public microphones they have around in the streets,
Parks and all that.
We're recording it on like a tannoy at the bus station.
We actually just pinched it off of one of those street preachers.
That's it, man.
Yes.
That's it. I can still smell the fucking incense.
He was manic.
It was a manic street preacher. So how are we all? How are we all doing? What's new?
Nothing.
That was so quick to be so nonchalant. And we were like, no, not bad.
Nothing's going on, man. No, nothing's
That sounds like you're guilty or something. What have you done?
I was raised Catholic, Josh. I'm always guilty.
Okay. Anyone else? Anybody want to cleanse the palate after that one?
I'm poorly.
Oh,
yeah,
so
Lauren's
very
not feeling
poorly.
well.
That's why we're the sickest
This
podcast.
is a major poor wee soul alert for everyone listening.
Every day. This is going to come out about 4 weeks from now.
I'll
But
still
send
be
your
sick.
pray for her. Send your prayers. The time traveling prayers.
This is actually the funeral special episode. We're
Oh,
gonna play
wait.
over
Let's not
Lauren's
put that into the
corpse.
universe.
If the thumbnail for this is just a black and white headshot of Lauren, then you
Got
know
me.
you know things have went wrong. She slipped on mortal coil. Does anyone want to recap from last time?
No.
All right, okay. God, Sam, you go.
I was going to say it might actually be better for me to
I
do
feel like it
because-
mostly happened to you. So
Yeah, because I got like my nice little spotlight at the start, which was nice little fun. My Sky's little time with Mad King Wilhelm, who was totally not going to be a bad guy,
Never.
kicked off when he basically forced Sky to go through, relive some traumatic memories, which was full of revelation for Sky, but also, just like a hard thing to do. Anyway, then the whole gang got back together and everything started looking more dubious by the second until Mad King Wilhelm lived up to his name, clamped everybody in irons except for Sky, and put them into a massive fish prison in the bottom of the sea, where we bumped into Captain Orion.
Surely you did. Yes,
Straight off the Eclipse,
you did indeed.
where he kind of was a little bit useless, and turned out that half the stuff that we've been chasing after this campaign was just like...
Did we take him? Did we take him with us?
Aye.
You knocked him out, but
No,
he
we
is,
knocked him out,
he is with you.
Aye.
Yeah.
Good cannon fodder.
His compass that he gave you was just to track his keys.
Yeah, yeah. And then we all kind of dove back up to the top
Yep.
of the water world.
But with
TM.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah. and then it turned out that, of course, Mad King Wilhelm was going even more mad, and he'd strapped suspiciously familiar jet rockets to the side of a jellyfish, which we still actually didn't really quite figure out where they got that from. But
No, the jet rockets, they were like bits of
Yeah.
Meadows' body. I thought that was like, is that
Oh,
a
that was
Yeah.
it. That was the,
Recreations of Meadow's body,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, they
They
were
like
sort
taking
of.
Meadow apart and like...
turning her into a...
because there was other
Yeah.
things that had meadows like
It was
parts.
the wings on some of the fly fish.
That's the one.
That were sort of like recreations of her wings, so that they could become like a kind of air unit almost, and they could like fly there and shit.
And turned out the Mad King wanted Sky to do some sort of ritual suicide or death to fuel this magic orb that the gang had collected from the other planet, which would enable the fish people of Koatoa to go on some mad conquest across the known universe.
That's the one. That
and,
is the
just,
one.
like establish fish dominance.
Fish dominance is something that has been in everyone's mind for a long time, I feel.
It's Niall's search history.
But they bounced. There
No,
was
it's
some,
not.
It's the smell in his room and all.
They bounced. There was some confusion about who got the orb, but Mad King Wilhelm definitely got the orb.
He has, and I will make sure, because I will edit it out of the last episode if I said anything different.
And now we're all just left trying to like scramble to grab our shit.
There's like an army in front of us.
Yeah, we're on. We're inside the jellyfish, and we're heading towards an armory to get our bits and pieces. And we've got
Apparently you're in fucking off the coast of Ibiza. Off the coast of fucking
pieces.
Alicante.
No,
Can I-
Of that Taylor Swift song where she goes "Rat-a-tat-tat-tat."
I feel it's important to point out that the revelation that you found out, Sky, was that I killed your dad.
Yeah, you did a very impressive recap.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
It was a good recap, but yeah, I thought it's important to remember that
Yeah.
you found out that Braxton, your new father figure, killed your actual dad, and that's probably quite fucked up for you.
Or so it would seem.
Well, so it would seem. So, you guys are here. At the end of the last session, we did roll initiative, so I'm going to ask if everyone could remind me of what you had rolled. I do have it written down, but if you forgot, I will read it out, because everyone's looking at me with a fucking look of abject horror.
I got an 18.
Braxton on an 18.
I got 20.
Rowan a 20.
21.
21 for Sky.
that'll be a 30 for Peter.
Jesus Christ. Pete always ready for a fight. Always ready
What's
for
going on?
So we'll enter into that initiative in a second. Does anyone have any questions?
Nope.
Not a problem at all. Then without further ado, let us begin. The rhythmic pulse of deep blue water rises and falls gently on all sides of you. The small amount of sunlight this planet gets shooting down like radiant spears on a deathly battleground set upon a canvas of thick and dark clouds. The icy wind dances its way through the clear walls of your jellyfish platform, cutting through your chest and stealing the ends of your breath. The sound of conch horns bellows across the ocean waves as the cry of warriors far outnumbering your own ranks envelops all around you. The Grand Elder Pike, once known as Mad King Willem, has laid his fishy cards on the table and intends to harness the power of Kala, the great tentacled goddess, as a means of conquest, forging a new empire in his own salty vision. He has flown off into the atmosphere, leaving behind a force of 50 of his best soldiers with no orders other than to leave you all cold and lifeless. They stand 10 apiece, split between 5 jellyfish pods, each 10-man squad, seemingly at first glance made up of like different capabilities and weaponry. Your weapons and equipment, both Braxton and Petey, lie unguarded in another little pod about 120 feet ahead of you, but completely on the other side of all of the combatants that are facing you, while the 2 ships, the Bad Bitch and the Rock Hopper, lie 200 feet to the left of you to the west. Currently with you, Mukaseta, Captain Orion, Captain Sarah, and the 4 penguin crew, 3 penguin crew even, of the Rock Hopper, as they sort of await your orders. Before we enter that initiative, I will allow you to sort of briefly strategize and talk to each other. What would you like to do?
I think our focus needs to be getting ourselves to the armory as fast as humanly possible, i.e. like if anyone has buffs that they can cast on their turn. I'm going to be giving the jellyfish a little bit of bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
So I think we get the fish moving. Does anyone else have any like buffs for like, ability checks to try and get the fish to go faster?
I can do enhanced ability to make their dexterity better, which might up to Josh, but that might help.
Is this for the jellyfish?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely buff the jellyfish. It's a living thing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else anyone wants to discuss before we dive into initiative here?
Me and Sky have our weapons.
Yes, you do. Yours is part of your body. I genuinely thought you'd went meow there like a cat.
Meow.
I was like, okay.
Delirium.
She's losing her mind. We need to take her to the ocean so she can see the sea one more
For
time.
real.
Die of consumption. Consumption.
So little woman coded.
We're gonna use our stuff. I'm flying. I'm gonna see if I can take out these flying fish.
Yes, you're up.
First,
You're up above
yeah.
still, aren't you? You're
Yeah,
in
I'm surfing on that sword.
So you guys are all in the jellyfish. You're surfing the sword. Sounds really odd. You're surfing the sword up in there.
That's fine. It's my own sword.
Oh, ugh. Not at the table. And with that, we start. PT, you are the first to act, non-surprisingly.
I am going to cast Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action
Ooh.
on my little fish,
On the big jellyfish.
on the big jellyfish.
You cast Bardic Inspiration on the big jellyfish there. You see it sort of glows a little bit brighter as you cast it. What do you do to cast it?
I can't really like play my accordion, so I'm gonna just, you know how like you see guys that play like the spoons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my knife and my flintlock pistol to kind of like play the spoons, just kind of really badly.
You simultaneously stab and shoot yourself.
I'm going to say, roll me a sleight of hand check.
Fuck. That's a 12.
2 points of damage as you chip
What?
away at your little your leg with a knife. But I will allow you to cast Bardic with it.
You bastard! Oh, come on! Oh.
That's like live for fucking the studio with MJ there.
That was like James Brown.
Would you like to do anything else with your turn there?
How am I casted friends with the fish. How am I controlling the fish? I'm assuming the fish doesn't have like a joystick or like a like a steering wheel.
The fish doesn't have a steering wheel. You'd rolled me an animal handling check last time, I believe. So there's a couple of ways for you guys to steer this thing. You, Peter, personally, are made from a similar material. You can sort of connect with it on a level that's less physical and more mental. So you could like an avatar.
Yeah.
You can avatar it.
Yeah, I'm gonna grow
everyone
up.
else is sort of like pushing it like a big absorbing ball. You know, like the fucking ones you float in. It's like that.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna walk to the front of the jellyfish. Kind of make my gooey hands, become one with the fish, and faster, go, fishy boy, go.
So you are making it just full speed ahead?
Yes.
So you're full speed ahead. I'll just let you know just now. So in front of the armory that has all your stuff in it, which is 120 feet directly ahead, there are 3 units directly in front of that, so about 30 enemies. On the kind of left and right flanks of you are 2 other units. So are you pushing ahead so that you are then past the ones that would be on the sides of you? Because then they would be almost circling you.
I think it doesn't really matter if they circle us.
Okay.
Because if we get to the armory as fast as possible, we can get our bits and pieces, we can go.
Cool, no problem at all. So you push that forward there. So that's 120 feet away. You can move 60 feet in the jellyfish in one turn. So you move basically just past the ones that would be attacking you from the side into sight range of the ones that are directly in front of you, the more sort of battalion looking ones.
Is there any form of evasive action I could take with the jellyfish?
In what regard? What do you mean by that?
Could I zigzag the jellyfish slightly in the water and like lose like a tiny bit of movement?
Sort of like a dodge action?
Yeah. I do have uncanny dodge as a rogue. Can I, with my gooey transference, pass that on to the jellyfish?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
Cool, you could transfer that across. I believe uncanny dodge is a reaction, isn't
Yes,
it?
it
Yeah,
is.
so you can transfer, as long as you're connected with the jellyfish, you can transfer that
Okay,
across.
cool.
As it'll, be a bit sort of able to take that action there.
Cool.
Is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn, boss.
Cool. On the end of your turn, you guys see it as the first sort of wave of enemies take their turn. Sky, you notice it first floating above them all. To the left of your guys' jellyfish, see the sort of fly fish, the kind of salmon-y fly fish with the big wings, replicas of meadow steel wings, start to dismount from their own little pad, sort of taking to the sky, like, up into the air, sort of around you, Sky. It feels like you're in a hornet's nest, like they're sort of like buzzing around and moving and stuff. They are going to take an attack or 2 on you just now. As they move up. I know I'm evil, I'm a horrible man. As they make it up into the air, 2 of them are going to rush at you. They hold large sort of like shell made javelins, like long kind of spears, as they sort of like swoop down at you and try and stab into you there. So Sky, what is your AC?
Well, I've not technically started my blade singing yet, so it's 16.
16. Lucky for you, that first one is going to miss.
Fuck yeah.
and both of them miss, the two of them, as they come in at you. This thing, they're like circling around, they're trying to get a bearing and see what's what. Two of them swoop in, you're able to sort of dodge out the way as your sword moves with the same level of reflex as you have personally. So it's able to sort of block them, like as if you're blocking them with a skateboard, like you're going like ting ting, like fucking Boney Hawk. As you, I don't know why that's funny. There's no bones at reference here. I just said a word.
We laughed at Josh's joke and then he criticised us for it.
Fucking idiots. Fucking
know why.
idiots.
Josh
That's
is like,
funny.
I don't deserve this.
As you do that there, roll me an insight check on that there, Skies. They're up next to you.
Six.
6. So you see, with that insight check, although they're sort of circling around you, they're not really focusing on you, and they're not really focusing on your comrades, your crewmates. They seem to actually start moving away again, out in a different direction, and they're going to take their full movement. It looks like in the direction of your ships, as they take their full movement out that way.
Ruh-roh.
That's going to end their turn. And then we move on to Sky.
Oh, okay. First big dilemma. Do I go for the other fly fish to try and maybe take the air superiority, or do I try and help out the gang a little more?
Me no no.
It's interesting. Okay, I'm going to go after these fly fishermen because I think I've got an ace up my sleeve.
Cool, so do you use your movement to chase them down?
Not quite. I'm going to chase after them a little bit, but I'm going to start. I'm going to, like block. Okay, let's get this going. And then I'm going to start my blade song.
Okay.
These are really good.
And then I'm going to chase after them enough to cast Shatter
Oh.
in amongst the group.
Cash shatter. I'm fucking shattered.
Shatter, hardly know. Cool.
I need a Constitution save from all of the creatures of this group. But it
Jeez.
does say that creatures made of inorganic material like metal have it at disadvantage, but I don't know if you're going to say that
They're
are.
not. They're not made of metal. They are fish. But they're like wearing the wings like a harness.
They're wearing the wings, okay.
They're wearing the wings. Yeah.
Okay, okay, so a non-magical object that isn't being worn, or is being worn. Okay, never mind. Carry on.
So I need to make a Constitution save.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the DC on that?
God, maths. The DC is 15.
Well, they roll, drum roll please, a 19 as they save on that there. They are hardy and strong. What kind of damage are they taking?
They only take half. They take 7 thunder damage.
7 thunder damage. You sort of knock them off course a little bit. Describe to me, your casting of that.
Oh, Shatter's an easy one. Point the finger, magic word, boom, ka! And it's like, it's hard noise to make, but it's literally like the crack of thunder or lightning.
That was boom, ka, sound of my drum, beat goes on and on and on and on.
No, none of this nonsense. I'm going
There's like a record scratch and it goes to that song.
Like the crack of a whip behind them. You see the air sort of fluctuate and move as it goes. As you see them sort of like, they take the hit and they take the move. It doesn't knock them off course, but they sort of end up jumbled in their formation a little bit as the wings sort of falter, their own flapping, their own beat, ruptured, but not enough to force them out of the sky. They're able to collect themselves after that. Would you like to do anything else with your turn?
Nah, that's me just giving chase to those guys.
Cool, not a problem at all. And so next up we have Roll.
So I'm going to use my movement and I'm going to attempt to get out of this jellyfish and sort of infiltrate the closest jellyfish full of the fishies.
Fantastic. So you sort of like gear up, you get ready to go. You can see they're sort of ahead of you, but quite a distance. Quite a distance, not a distance. So I'm going to need an athletics roll for you to sort of make the jump along this large sort of wavy body of water.
You've just got dice on the mind, don't you?
I've got dice.
quite a distance.
Quad a distance. That's quite. I said it and didn't get it, but now I get it.
So it'll be 8 total.
Oh, 8.
8 total. You gear up to run. Everyone sort of parts ways for you, and the jellyfish is like something badass is going to happen. You go. What do you say just as you're about to jump?
I'm gonna do like a. I saw the Taylor Swift concert this weekend, guys. When she starts the Reputation era, the camera goes around her and she has like a vocal bit she does where she goes.
Spoilers for the show, guys. If anyone's still got to see it.
So I imagined that if there was a camera, it would be spinning around her. But I obviously know it's going to be a wee bit embarrassing. But you know,
you run, you dive through the sort of non-Newtonian custard skin of the jellyfish as you fly towards them. But on a, what was that, a 6 or an 8? 6?
8.
8 does not make a difference. You get about halfway to it, and then you tumble out of the air and into the icy water as you are. I'm not going to say that you're going to take damage from that being a robot, but I will say you do begin to sink. As you.
I am going to then Misty Step from the water before I break, and I can get into the jellyfish, hopefully.
So you go to jump, like, very heroically, fuck it entirely, land in the water, and as you land in the water, some of you are sort of old, I don't know, lifeguard protocols kick in, and you're like, fuck it, I gotta get out of this fucking water, bro.
my life jacket in
From
place.
from that one summer you stopped being a robot prostitute.
Yeah, I became a robot lifeguard. High School Musical 2, it's called.
You bang bang, you warp into the centre of the jellyfish in front of you, and you see all of the jellyfish sort of infantry there. You see them up close for the first time. These guys are like the foot soldiers. They're wearing full armour, big shields and sort of spears. You land in the middle of them all, they'll get like a huge sort of shock as they'll, what the fuck, as they'll sort of fall out of formation a little bit. Do you have anything left you would like to do?
Time to make sashimi, and then my laser sword. I might have described it before, but it's my arm, and it sort of like womp, like phases down. You know, this happens in a lot of TV. And, and it's pink. It's like pink glowing lightsaber type thing. And I'm going to attempt to attack twice because I believe I can do this.
Roll to hit.
Pink lightsaber's a vibe.
First one's 22.
Amazing.
Second one's 9.
Is that a nat 1 I see?
Yeah. Yes.
So the first one definitely hits, so you can roll me damage in the first one, and I'll tell you what happens in the second one there.
Oh, 10.
10. So the first one, you fully kill someone on that 10 damage on that first one. As you turn around, you're like, let's make some sashimi. You pop your sword, cut one of them directly in half. But on that nat 1, you turn back around overhead to bring your laser sword down another one, and you feel it jam in between a particularly hard shield as you see a fish looking at you, unsurprisingly. Its face scarred by battle and sheer sadness as he looks you in the eyes, and you immediately recognise it as Sam. Not Sam that we know, Sam the fish that you all laughed at the name of that I made. As he catches your sword in his hand and he says, "You kill Bubbles."
And I would do it again.
Obviously you did not kill Bubbles, but one of your party killed Bubbles. For any of you in the comments that might hound me for inaccuracies, I remember what happened. Is it at the end of your turn there, I believe?
Yeah.
Cool. And then it's going to be Braxton's turn.
Yeah, it sort of feels like I can't do a lot until I get my equipment back, but I do have the flintlock pistol with 1 bullet in it that Petey gave me last episode, and I've got the bone sword that I stole from the fish we were imprisoned in. So I'm going to... Now, you said that there's like a sort of shield wall between us and the armory.
So
or there's like lots of people with shields or something?
So there was loads of the fish with shields. They had sort of... they're not sort of in any formation just now, partially because of Roe. They look like the type of enemies that would sort of like bunch up with their shields.
Right.
Obviously Roe's teleported bang into the centre of them and started swinging a sword about, so that they've not really recuperated. So right now they're at a weak point.
Yep. Okay, then I will try to help out Ro from where I am, and I'm gonna use the flintlock and try and just blast a hole in these people. That is going to be a 23 to hit.
23 is 100% going to hit.
Great. It's 11 points of damage, just like boom, down into the centre of the group.
11 points of damage. You draw your flintlock pistol. Roll as your hand is buried into this guy's shield as he looks like he's want to 1v1 you. You just hear a crack of an old pistol as a bullet flies through his head and he drops dead in front of you as fish, blood and guts spill everywhere.
I got you, Rowan. Don't you worry.
Yes.
Lorne is too sick to come up with a slay response.
Not
Yes.
slaying today.
With the rest of my turn, I'm going to stick my legs into the water and start kicking as my movement to try and make the jellyfish faster, you know? You know, like you're in a swimming pool as a kid and someone's in like a Lilo or a donut and you kick it for them? I'm going to try and do that.
I'm going to say you can move the jellyfish about 10 feet doing that.
Nice.
You move it, it's about 20 feet out from where Ro is right now, from that sort of like jellyfishy platform.
Great.
As you kind of push further towards that. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Cool. Well, we're going to have now a whole lot of enemies doing a whole lot of things. You see the sort of battalion that was on your right that was flanking you, the ones that hadn't moved yet. You take a look at them as they all start to mobilize. You see a collection of like large and fat catfish with like thick whiskered moustaches and like red button down military coats with like big barnacle helmets on. Each of them holding sort of like large axes and like bows and stuff like that made of like driftwood and coral. One of them goes, gentlemen, we must mount and attack the enemy on, well, not quite on the beaches, but I don't know if we have beaches on this planet, but off of the beaches. We'll fight now.
From far away, they hear Braxton go, "How do you not know if you have beaches? You live here."
I live under the water, I'll have you know. I live under the water, not above the water.
Well, I mean, beaches are just, like sand banks. Maybe they got beaches under the water. They should know that as well. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, I'm back
In
to driving the
SpongeBob,
fish.
they have beaches under the water.
Yeah, great show. Great show.
Attack! You see all these guys dive into the water and then resurface on the back of dolphins as a sort of weird cavalry as they circle round the back of you guys in a unit, and I'll just start fucking laying into you, you guys that are still on the jellyfish. Braxton, you're first because you're at the back of it kicking. After your little comment,
They're stabbing my wee toes.
they're stabbing your little toesy woesies. They come round the back of the jellyfish and start making their attacks here. So they're going to take a total of 4 attacks. Yeah, and
damn.
yeah, they're all going to be on you. Yeah. For what's your AC, Braxton?
17.
Miss. Also a miss. That's going to hit. And that one else is also going to hit.
That one else is also... Is that the phrase you said?
I'm doing a lot of talking today because there's a lot of narrating, and so a lot of weird things are going to come out of my mouth. You are going to take 11 plus 4. You're going to take 15 points of damage as they start hacking away, as they circle around you guys. Ha bully fight, gentlemen. As they say that and talk like that. Cool, that's going to end their turn. And then we are going to move on. A smaller sort of little jellyfish behind the shield wall row. You see it start to move as the little prawns you had seen before start wheeling out some very large looking cannons as they start loading what looks like dead turtles into the tops.
Jesus, Josh.
Yeah, into the tops of it. They're all like spiky and covered in oil and shit as they light them on fire.
okay at home?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Now they take aim. And they're only going to fire one attack as they turn the big wheel on the side of the cannon. It clunks and moves. It appears to be taking aim at the jellyfish itself. You see a huge mortar-like ball of turtle fly into the air.
Ball of turtle. Oh no.
And then start falling back down. And I need everyone that's still on the jellyfish. I think that's just Petey and Braxton and all the NPCs as well. I'll roll for them to make a dexterity saving throw.
Will the jellyfish have some uncanny dodge? Is that that happens after the attack, doesn't it? To half the damage.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So the jellyfish itself will take half damage. It's not really it can't really dodge.
I got a 23 saving throw.
23, so you'll take half damage.
24.
24, so you will also take half damage, and so will the NPCs. I'm going to roll a whole lot of d6s here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's enough.
Hear that?
Any of you actually like Josh?
No.
No, me neither.
No.
12, 14, 18, 21, 23, 25.
If we say random numbers, you'll lose count.
It's 27.
I'm pure outing myself here as
Last
not being
dice
able to
last
count.
dice was a 2. He's struggling to add 25 and 2.
So you're going to take 27 points of damage, halved to 13 each, along with all your NPCs. As this tortoise shell explodes with bits of shell and other sort of fragments as you guys are sort of cut apart in flame and blood. Would you like to say anything as that happens?
Ouch.
Nice. At the end of that turn, with the next turn, Ro, you see the sort of two separate units that are around you and one big long jellyfish. They're going to take their whole turn and actions to just combine. They combine into a big wall in front of you and almost like horseshoe around you. The big sort of like spears pointed in, their shields up, becoming this more sort of sturdy wall around you. How that'll affect their armour class, we'll wait and see. As you are now sort of penned in with that. The NPCs stand next to you, so like Sarah, the penguins, all of your compatriots stand. Sarah turns to you, Braxton, she goes, holy shit, what are we going to do? What should we do?
Fire at will. There's nothing else we can do. We gotta get to the armory and we gotta get there fast. We gotta break down these motherfuckers that are in our way.
So Sarah's going to take some shots. She's bang, bang, takes some shots just ahead. Misses one, misses both. As she fires a crossrow, you see the bullets fly past and they're just not putting a dent in this shield wall as they bounce off it. Skipper, the penguin, is going to turn to you guys, Pete and Braxton, and anyone else that can sort of hear. I assume you probably all have earpieces at this point, Sky. I think you do have one.
I've got the magic rock.
You've got the magic rock. You guys can hear everything. Skipper says, myself and the other penguins are mighty fast swimmers we are. Perhaps we could start making our way to secure the ships.
All right, kid.
I'm going to hand him, I guess, with my feet, because my hands are one with the jellyfish. I'm going to slip my foot out of my shoe and my sock, and reach into my torso and hand him one of my daggers.
This is horrible, man.
Here you go, kid.
Yeah, all right. I don't know how much I want this.
Put it in your mouth.
What?
The knife, you know, like pirates do. It looks cool.
He's like jamming it in there. It's like,
Me,
I don't want.
Me, Niall wants this visual. I want to see a penguin with a mouth with a.
Skipper the penguin holds the gooey knife in his mouth and looks like he tastes something more horrible than words can describe.
You're welcome.
The other penguins dive off the side and start careening their way towards your ships, sort of sifting amongst the waters. They make it quite far. They make it probably about 60 feet towards the ship, which is 200 feet away. So they're going to keep doing that. And that returns us to Petey at the top of the initiative order. Before you take your action here, Petey, the sea and the wind around you begins to pick up cracks of lightning in the sky as rain begins to pour, and a strong sea wind batters the jellyfish from side to side, pulls you through the air, Sky, as you feel your blade sort of wavering underneath it. And even you, Ro, on that other jellyfish, feel the wind sort of destabilise your feet. I need everyone to make a strength saving throw.
Strength? You're a cruel DM.
Could I do this dexterously?
No.
Fuck.
I got an 18.
18,
10.
10,
20.
20.
Unlucky 13.
Unlucky 13. Everyone saves and is able to stay on their feet other than Petey.
Well, do I need to stay on my feet? I mean, my hands are connected to the jellyfish. Do they maintain the connection?
On that roll, no.
If I volunteer myself to take damage, will they maintain the connection? If I sacrifice a chunk of goo, will I maintain?
You take 6 points of damage as you feel your goo tear at the seams as you try to hold on.
Oh, I'm done my goo! Oh, I'm gonna need physiotherapy.
God almighty.
We've all been there.
Have we?
Yeah,
I've never
training in the
torn my goo.
Josh's goo is famously intact.
My goo is famously in one piece.
For now.
Okay. Jeez. PT, it is your turn.
PT is reminded that water, like space, you can move in 360 directions. Not in a flat plane of movement.
360 directions.
They're great. Well, yes. Wait.
Degrees, yeah.
Degrees, Alex. Alex, please. Pete's gonna.
Niall forgot the word for job the other day.
Yeah, he fucking did. He was like, we were talking about like Instagram posts we could do, and he was like, oh, we could use some of those fancy pictures Alex has from his and I was like, my job, and he's like, yeah, that's the one.
That thing folk
From your
day.
tasks.
That thing folk day when they got up in the morning. Anyway, take your turn.
Pete's gonna shout, "Dive! Dive! Dive!" And tell the jellyfish to dive.
The jellyfish does as commanded as you hear plop as it submerges itself underneath the water. How deep do you want to go here?
I want to go deep enough that with our movement plus depth, we would be able to go past underneath the shield wall. Do you know what I mean?
So you get 60 feet of movement.
Yeah.
The shield wall, I think I said, was 20 feet away from you.
Yeah.
So that's feasible. You could probably get 30 feet down and then go 30 across, and you would be 10 feet out from.
Yeah.
You would basically you would be underneath the artillery.
Okay.
The prawn artillery.
I'm trying to think.
I can hear the cogs turning.
Are they shelling us?
They are. I was waiting for it. I totally planned that. 100%.
I don't think there's any actions I can take unless anyone has any advice for me. I've got no weapons left. I've got no ranged weapons.
Speech is free. You guys can talk.
Speech is free.
Like, do you have a dagger you can throw? You said.
I gave it to the fishy, to the penguin.
Just because it looked cool.
Yes.
Fucking idiot.
You still have a gun, but you are like underwater.
Yeah, you got that gun with 2 bullets.
Yeah, yeah, good point.
You could ready an action
Yeah, that's a good point.
just in case.
Already in action.
You can tell how often it is we do combat on this show.
Yeah.
Which I have no idea what we're doing.
Already in
You could
action,
give
I
somebody
guess.
a help.
I like to help people. How can I help? I'll help the fish. Can I help the fish?
What fish? The jellyfish? There's a lot of fish.
Can I give the jellyfish some advice?
Sure, go for it.
The jellyfish, I'm assuming being a jellyfish, has tendrils.
Yes.
I'm going to ask the jellyfish, are these jellyfish tendrils stingy jellyfish tendrils?
How are you communicating? Are you communicating via your psychic connection, or are you physically talking to it like cast with, speak with animals?
Like, I am one with the jellyfish's goo. My goo, the jellyfish goo have intertwined.
So are you, and you're asking if how much control it has over the
Yeah.
tendrils. You don't hear words, but you see an image in your mind of the jellyfish doing like an electric wave with its own tentacles.
Electric, you say?
Not like not like fucking electricity, like the dance move.
Okay, okay.
Don't fuck with me. Don't come in here taking all my words literally.
Could, if I commanded it to, could the jellyfish attack the other jellyfish above it?
It could certainly try.
Let's give it a bash.
Okay, so you just wanted to like whip the fucking.
Yeah.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Would be good. That is gonna be a 21.
On a 20, fucking 21.
Wait, no, that's gonna be a 25.
Jesus fucking God.
Sorry.
The jellyfish, you see as you will it to attack the one above it with the artillery on it, you see its tendrils start to rise around you as they wrap around the tendrils of the jellyfish above, and it just starts to try and pull it down You see the artillery slowly sinks. Not enough for it to do anything in this turn, but the artillery will shoot with disadvantage next time, and maybe on the next turn with the jellyfish, something more will happen with that.
Okay, cool. That's going to be my turn.
Cool. It's then going to be the fly fish. They are going to take their full movement, and with their full movement, they're going to get pretty much most of the way to the bad bitch and rock hopper. They're not fully there right now, but they're within like 40 feet of that there, and that ends their turn. As they take like a dash bonus action. Sky, that's going to be your turn.
Sky does not want to let these silly little fly fish reach the bad bitch first and potentially mess up our ships or even blow them up. So I'm just going to keep chasing after them. And once again, I'm going to try my best with a big ole. Sky realizes what went wrong last time. He only pointed one finger. He's going to point both fingers this time. Ka! I cast Shatter
Like a
on
stuka.
this group of flying fish.
As you follow them across, you cast Shatter, and that was a
Make me your
Constitution.
Constitution save, sir.
That is going to fail.
Huzzah! That's decent. 15 thunder damage. All of these fish take 15 thunder damage.
Jeez Louise.
I want to shoot them out the sky.
There's 10 of them. You watch as the wings of half of them, so 5 of them, just break as they fall out of the sky. Like, imagine like a fucking stuka plane or something like that. They go like, "Meow," and start like spiraling and just like blow up as they hit the water. As you take out half of their number almost immediately. Halo. Is that end your turn?
I'm gonna continue chasing after them because I think I'm gonna have to help the penguins
Cool.
get started on the rest of these fish.
Cool. You can close the gap pretty quickly.
Nice.
Cool. You close the gap with them there almost immediately and get to them there. That ends your turn, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cool. Ro, that's going to be you. You stand here with around sort of like 18 fish with big shields and spears pointed in towards you. What would you like to do?
First thing I'm gonna do is, because there's so many of them, and if they attack me, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lay on hands myself the full 30.
Nice.
Yes.
You start touching yourself and then you feel better.
Usual. Then that's my action use. So I'm going to. Sky is like out in the atmosphere.
He's just out flying around. He's sort of flying towards the bad bitch and the rock hopper. He, distance wise from you, he's nearly 200 feet away.
Shield of Faith has a range of 60 feet.
So that would definitely be out of range.
Yeah. Is there anyone within 60 feet?
Braxton, Petey are within.
Could you cast Shield
Sarah
of
as well.
Shield of Faith on the jellyfish and protect the
Is
jellyfish?
there a point?
Is there
to
a
that?
point? Is he still?
They're not really attacking the
they're
jellyfish
going for us in
because any
particular.
attack they're taking is just basically
I
passing
would say
through
just
it.
give it to PE instead. What's your armor class, PE?
15.
Yeah, give it to PE. Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Should
I
I-
just
armor has
talked
already
myself
20.
up, yeah.
So
Okay, PE, I'm shielding you with faith.
What do you say to Petey? Do you say anything?
Well, it says to do this you need a small parchment with a bit of holy text written on it. So
I'm sure you've got that
the
somewhere.
holy,
Yeah.
the holy text is gonna be,
Taylor Swift final.
yeah. The holy text is gonna be the Taylor Swift final, but she puts it over her heart and she says, "They say I did something bad. Why did it feel so good? Rat-a-tat-tat-tat." These are lyrics.
As you frisbee a fucking vinyl at Petey's head.
Start spinning around me. Whoa!
But you feel better for that.
I do feel better. That's a +2, I believe.
Yeah.
AC.
Does that end your turn?
It does.
Excellent. Braxton, we are back to you as you're kicking your little legs in
How-
the cut.
How close are we to the group of jellyfish that are like that Ro was attacking? Could I jump in and help?
Yeah, you're 20 feet away from them, I believe.
Excellent.
So
I'm
you can make
gonna
that jump if you roll me a wee
jump
athletics. That'd
And
be
so,
easy.
athletics.
Yeah, roll me a little athletics.
Oh.
Or acrobatics if
we
you
are
want.
Yes,
Currently,
please. Oh no, it's 16. Sorry, I thought it was 6. It's 16. So it's a 17 athletics.
Oh no, you're underneath
we are
them.
currently underwater.
You guys are underneath.
So dickhead now, fucking making me underwater.
Elves, much like humans, float. Just swim up, my dude.
You are actually beyond. Well, thanks for reminding me there. Now you're beyond them. You're underneath the artillery, which is 10 feet beyond them, but you're about 10 feet underneath. You're 30 feet
What can I
underneath. But you're
swim
fine.
to reasonably on my?
You could swim up onto the artillery.
Yeah,
deck.
I'd like to do that and start
Cool.
stabbing them.
Cool. You bloop, 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 swim your way up and climb up onto the artillery deck. These are all like little cannons that are about shoulder height with you.
Yep.
There's 5 of them, and little prawn guys just manning them. They're all pretty like weak little guys.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
So I'm going to take that bone sword I had
Yep.
and just start stabbing at these prawn guys. The first was a 24 to hit,
It's definitely going to do
and the
it.
second was a dirty 20.
Fabulous.
Making
Roll
some
me some
scores.
damage.
So that is 7 points damage on the first and 12 points damage on the second.
7 and 12.
Yes.
So you're able. That's fucking 19. You're able to fully take out the crew of one of the 5 sort of cannons that are there, and just the ones generally. It's going to make it a lot less effective as they fire. Cool. Fan, Dabby, Dozy. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Fantastic. The dolphins are going to make their little move now. They were behind you, but they're going to circle towards you now. They don't have a lot of capability in terms of like underwater. They can do it, but once they get under there, it sort of bogs them down. They're all melee attackers, so it's not going to do very well. So what they are going to do is they're going to turn, and they're going to start using all of their movement to head towards the little armory room that has all your weapons in it. As they move towards that, but they don't do anything there. They just use their attack to start circling that, use their action to start circling that. It's going to be the artillery unit. One of them is going to make a fire not on any of you guys. They're actually going to fire on the rock hopper as they change their... target. They don't have a lot of melee capabilities, these little guys. Some of them are running around screaming, some of them are still on the job. I'm going to make a little roll here for the damage it's going to do on the rock hopper here, and I'll just take a note of that. A whole lot. That's going to do 19. This is why Alex sits next to me, because he counts good. You see, another large tortoise shell flies, and you see it strike the rock hopper directly as flames erupt from its deck off in the distance. That's going to end their turn. The shield walls are going to make some attacks on you, Ro. They're all going to do it together. They're going to make a combined 4 attacks. What's your AC? 20?
20.
First one hits. Second one does not hit. Third one does not hit. 2 of these are going to hit. And I'm going to make some little rolls here with that. Okay. So on the first attack here, you're going to take 8 points of damage, and then 12 points of damage, so 20 points of damage altogether, as they start just prodding their spears into your metal, as you feel some like wires snap and sparks fly out as they go, "For the Grand Elder!" As they scream it.
now, sharp pains in my ribs.
And that's going to end their turn. The penguins are going to travel a little bit further. You see Sky make it on their turn to the rock hopper. As they start climbing on and they look towards, you hear one of them going like, "Yarmin, grab some buckets and get some water, we'll put the fire out," as they start running around and try to sort the ship out.
Screw that. Grab some knives. There's a bunch of fish incoming.
And I hear if you put the knives in your mouth, it looks cool.
It looks so fucking
Put
cool.
the knives in your hands and stab them.
And your mouths.
Yeah, I had the knife in my mouth, but it's kind of hurting the edges of my lips.
It's supposed to.
What? Why?
He's pure Chelsea grinned in that.
How can I speak to you when you're underwater? What is this black magic? You guys, you see that happening. Sarah's got to turn to you, Braxton. She sees the fire on the ship and she says, "Ah, shit, I gotta get over there." Oh, you're not even with her. Fuck, what the fuck is going on? You hear over the comms.
She's underwater. Can she talk to the comms underwater?
Hey, stop questioning the logic
You
of
know
this
what?
place, man.
You know what? Fuck it. She's going to turn to you, Pete, and says, "You're in a jellyfish." You do that to fish. What the hell are you doing? She says, I gotta get over there. I gotta get over to my ship. And she's going to run and just dive out into the water and start swimming.
Bye.
Don't like her.
You see her disappear into the darkness. That's going to bring us back to the top of the initiative order. As we do, the winds pick up. The bolts of lightning start to get closer and closer. They strike the tops of the water. Sky, you feel one sort of narrowly miss past you. I need every one of you to roll me a D100.
Oh.
The way you roll a D100, guys, is, if you haven't done it before, is you roll your decimal dice and your D10.
We can keep this in. This is nice for people that don't know how to do that.
I didn't know how to do that.
So your decimal dice looks like your D10, but it's got 2 numbers on it.
Hear that, everyone at home?
You roll them together. So both of mine were 4s, so I've rolled 44 on a D100.
Nice.
So if you take this one here and this one here, I'll roll those 2 for me.
I can't find the D10.
There we go, found it.
You know, in this podcast, I often come off like a bit of a prick. Like, I'm really mean to Niall and I sort of chastise him and I make fun of your DM and Josh. But as you can see, I'm very nice, really. I swear.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's really nice.
So let's go down one by one and we'll see what everyone rolled. Braxton,
44.
44. Roll.
2.
Jeez.
98.
Sky, fantastic. Oh.
Together you
Well,
got
but
100.
like one of us did brilliant and one of us did terribly, but I'm not sure who.
Good point.
It
66.
was me.
66. Braxton and Petey, you feel the sort of bolts of lightning sort of near you. Obviously, you're basically above each other. Like one of Braxton, you're above Petey. It's just one singular bolt of lightning just misses just off the side of you, but it forks down through the water, you notice, enough that it may hit anything that's under the water. You guys.
What,
Roll.
both of us?
Roll. You, if you had hair, would feel it standing up on your arms. You hear a crack from the sky, and then... But not on you. In fact, on the enemies beside you, on a 2. And they're going to take a whole lot of damage as you see the lines broken apart by a forked piece of lightning, as they together take 9 points of damage, killing one of them, frying him. The smell is lovely of this little fish guy as he gets fucked up there.
What type of fish are they? Like salmon?
Trout,
cod?
I don't know.
Trout? Oh.
Some are salmon, some are trout.
A rainbow trout. Quite
Bass?
Yes.
Place? I don't know. But that means, Sky, as you fly there, your metal sword that you ride on, acting like the perfect conductor, as you are struck by a piece of lightning in the middle of the sky. You feel it zap you as you're going to take some damage here.
Can I cast shield, please?
I can say you can cast it to take half damage.
I will absolutely do that.
You can do it. I'll allow it. If it's burning a spell slot, I'll allow it. You are going to take 10, 15, 16, 17 halved to... I believe that'll be 8 points of damage. You're going to take 8 points of damage there.
Take that.
Take that. And I would like if you could make me a strength saving throw to not fall off of your sword.
Strength again.
Oh, but you can make it a dex if you'd like.
Oh, now I feel like a prick for like whinging and getting away.
You should. You should feel that prick.
A deck save.
Yeah.
19.
On that 19, you're hit by lightning so much that your body just stiffens up and you maintain perfect balance on the sword as you're like, bzzz, and then it releases and you're on course again.
How does your hair look now?
Like my little like Padawan training braid is just directly pointing up to the sky.
Like an antenna.
It's got a little Charmander flame on the top.
Yeah.
Glad you said antenna. I was going to say a boner. Blast on her. As that takes us to Pete's turn in the initiative.
I would like to ask the jellyfish to go directly up and warn Braxton and say,
Braxton, you got incoming underneath you. I'm coming. I'm coming up.
I'm going to I'm coming.
Two
He's
guys,
behind me,
two
he's
guys.
behind me. Two guys on the corner. Two guys under the water. No, I'm going to try and come up and hit the other jellyfish and then try hit the artillery and then try and shout to warn you that I'm coming.
So you're trying to bash it from below,
Yeah,
basically.
essentially like, hit it this way so that the prawns all fall into the water.
Roll me a
Bash it from below check.
bash it from below
What's the
check.
hit it from
Give me an
underneath?
I'm coming check.
Animal handling?
So I need you to roll me a strength check with advantage.
A Zoidberg check.
That's a 19 on a Zoidberg check.
So I'm going to make a contested one for the other jellyfish. And that also rolls a 19. As you guys battle that out there, Braxton, you feel the jellyfish.
Was that a roll for the jellyfish? Because I gave it bardic inspiration.
You did give it bardic
Can I-
inspiration.
and- I'm going to win because the minimum I can roll is a D6.
Goated play. Roll and see what you
But-
get anyway.
I can't find the D6. What does it look
I can
like?
see one right there next to your hand. You just picked one up.
Oh, yeah. That's a 1.
You roll the 1, and the jellyfish struggles to push against the artillery fish above it, and then it remembers the kind advice that you gave it and the kind words you said that I don't remember. What did you say? It remembers your confusion and thinks, man, I don't want to live my life like that. Boom, begins to topple the fish above. And now I need you to make a very important roll for me here. I need you to just roll me a d20. Add nothing to it and just read me out what number you get.
15.
15. As it begins to topple, you see as all but one of the cannons begins to tumble into the ocean and break to pieces. As you see one of the artillery cannons remaining, as it sort of is, all of the prawns that are remaining run to it and secure it in place as that jellyfish begins to tip.
This jellyfish is tipping more than riding 2 llama at once. Llama? Llama? Llamas? How do you... what's the term?
Laminas.
2 llamanas at once.
I'm going to, before the end of my turn, I'm going to look at Braxton, look at the cannon and go,
Hey, Braxton, give me that. Give me that cannon.
Now, Petey,
Get it.
I wanted the cannon.
We can share the cannon.
Can we share the cannon? Mystery DM in the sky?
God of our universe, can me and Braxton share this cannon?
Be wrecked.
B-Raxton is an app where once a day everyone takes photos of Braxton at the same time.
Be wrecked.
Canonically, the god of this universe is Jesus Christ.
Yeah, what's Jesus got to say about all this?
Fucking Jesus appears for the sky and he's like, yes.
Ta.
just pop. That ends my turn.
Cool. It's then going to be the fly fish as they approach the burning rock hopper. The penguins on board, kind of scuffling around, trying to put the fire out, and also readying themselves for a fight. The remaining 5 fly fish all mount the deck of the rock hopper and just start battling it out with the fly fish. I'm going to make some rolls. I'm not going to read out the sort of damage they're doing, but you see they're sort of beginning to overpower the penguins on that turn. As they sort of lock swords, like ting, ting, ting. None of them fall and none of them take, an insane hit or anything, but they engage in combat around this flaming deck. That's going to end their turn. It's then going to be Sky.
Lovely. These bastard and fly fish are not. Wait, can I say that? Oh, we've been speaking right.
You can
through
say
the
that.
podcast.
Can
Why
you
can't I
say
just-
that?
Rose
I just
says
like-
cunt about every 5 minutes.
No, I just like
The
language
reason I
checked myself.
haven't today, guys, I'm not feeling very cunty.
Oh. I saw a video the other day of Ed Sheeran getting pure offended if someone said cunt in front of him. So sorry for Ed Sheeran when he's listening.
Hey, we all know Ed's a big fan of the podcast. So I apologise. Reach
Yeah.
out to Ed.
Take your fucking Lego house and choke on it, prick.
All right. Well, Sky's gonna serve some cunt. He's gonna serve. He's gonna
Very
serve filet fish, and he's gonna dive in after these fishies and skewer them real nice. So he's gonna go out swinging for an 18 to hit some fish.
That's going to hit.
Lovely. And he's gonna hit one for 12 damage.
12 damage on that. You fly down there with that one there, and fully skewer one of them. He's not completely dead. As he, you go through him with your sword, and he sort of holds it, and he's like, "Ah!"
I'm gonna firebolt him in the face.
Jesus.
That's a 24 to hit.
24 is going to do that, yeah.
If I can roll dice on the table, it's 2 fire damage.
That's going to be enough.
the eye.
As he had 1 point left, he stares at you as you hold your sword through him, grabs the end of it, and he says, "You will never win. You will never defeat the Grand Elder Pike." I think you just do that in his face. You just go, it's like he's like, "What the fuck?" Bang! As you lights out this fish, as he is fucked by fire in the eyes. His face erupts.
And if you'll allow me, I'd like to chuck my spare dagger to one of the nearest rock hoppers.
Yeah, I'll allow you to pass that across, as you can like slide it across the deck as Tux picks it up.
Tux, arm yourself. Be at the ready.
Okay, I will. As he sort of like cocks his like biceps with one of the
Henry Cavill.
yeah,
the Henry Cavill thing. The penguin.
We've all done that at the mirror at some point. We've been shadow boxing in the shower.
Literally, all the boys at this table are so hard for that scene.
Yeah, it's so fucking cool.
It's so cool.
I don't like the Mission
One of the
Impossible
better
movies,
Mission
but I like that
Impossible
scene.
He reloads his fucking arms. It's cool as fuck.
We'll call him Penguin Cavill. I don't know.
Yes,
That wasn't very good, was it?
I liked it.
They
Thanks.
can't all be winners.
They can't all be hitters, man. You throw enough shit at the wall, something's going to stink.
I enjoyed it, Josh.
Thanks.
That's my turn, Chief.
At your turn, as he has another knife in his hand, tucks as he goes to start a fight. That's going to be you, Ro.
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to. So I'm still the only one in this jellyfish.
Yes.
I am going to sort of, swing myself back with my sword and attempt to sort of like chop everyone in half.
Perfect.
And I'm going to smite, and then
wow.
I'm going to also stack it with divine smite.
Yeah, roll me to hit.
Double smiting.
So first one is 16, second one is 14.
Those are both going to hit.
Rah. So that means with my attack, with my Wrestle Smite, and with my Divine Smite, I've rolled 37 damage total.
Jeez, you cleave through these fish. Like
How casual you are about 37 damage. You're like, girlies, I rolled
yeah.
37 damage.
I don't know the difference either way. Empty head. Only Taylor Swift.
she a baddie, she be cutting these fish in half. As you plough through, you cut on a 37. You cut about at least 5 of them in half fully, as you just kill 5 of them in this unit entirely. As they are falling to pieces over here. These guys are like the ground soldiers. They're not like anything special. They're just here to fight.
Ground soldiers. It's water.
Water. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
They're not even foot soldiers either.
They're not. They're
Fin soldiers.
Fin soldiers. These are the
Fin
fin
fighters.
soldiers. And as you cut through them, bro, you look at them. They've been in a sort of era of peace for a while. They've probably never seen combat. Grand Elder Pike had said before, they don't get a lot of people from off-world on here. They've maybe like fought, a few sort of like rebellions or like stuff like that, but nothing to this sort of degree. And you have tech that they probably have never ever seen before. As you cleave through them and cut them in half, the looks of horrors on their face. Does that end your turn?
Yeah.
As you are taking these like fucking 20 or so fish on that are all around you, and that's going to be Braxton's turn.
So I can man this cannon now?
There are still some prawns around it.
Is the cannon an action or a bonus action?
The cannon, it's a bonus action to load, action to shoot.
How many prawns?
There's 4 prawns around it.
All right, okay. I'm just gonna start fucking killing some prawns then. I'll
Well, you know what? Roll me an insight check.
All right. That is gonna be 17.
17. As you start to walk across, they look fucking terrified of you. They're not combatants.
I'm going to. So Braxton, even though he's underwater, he always has a cigar in his mouth. He's gonna take the cigar out of his mouth.
So wet and chewy.
Yeah, take the cigar out of his mouth, flick it towards them, and just man their cannon, and they just completely ignore them. So I'm going to load the cannon. I'm going to aim it at the catfish riding dolphins.
Roll me an intimidation check with advantage first.
That is a 21.
Not only do they back away, some of them are like, they kind of like confer with each other, and they're like, after conferring with each other, I think we're going to fight with you now.
All right, good choice. What we're going to do is attack these catfish with the prawns here. Does one of you want to man this cannon, or should I?
I sure can. My name's Little Cannon Colin.
Little Cannon Colin, you stay with me, kid. All right, I'm going to have you to aim at those catfish motherfuckers over there riding those dolphins. If they get too close, they're going to be big trouble for us, Colin. You got that?
I've got it, sir. I'll make you proud, Dad. I mean, I don't know your name. He puts a little hand on you.
Take your hand off me, son. The name's Braxton. Braxton Bellfire, and I'm the space cowboy.
And then from somewhere a slide guitar plays.
So if they're manning the cannons, I want to start. Can I get to my weapon?
Yes, you can.
All
You
right,
definitely
great.
can get to your weapon.
Right, I'm going to use my movement to get to my weapon, and then I'm going to fire off some weapon shots finally, and I'm going to fire them into the group that Ro is in.
It's cool. So you jump across to the little armory that's there. It's just a sort of collection of like cases and cabinets. You get your stuff back, you're able to find it quite quickly as you pivot round on your knee and take your shots. What do you get?
I got a 23 and a 29.
Those are both going to hit.
And then the first one was 11 damage, and the second one is 15 damage.
15 and 11 damage. You, on those, pining for the feel of your weapon and to pull the trigger once more. You take these shots with extreme accuracy, so much so that you're able to hit multiple of the fish with each shot. The backs are fully to you, no shields up deflecting any of this, as you take out the rest of one of the shield units that's surrounding Ro, leaving only around 9 enemies left beside her as you kill
Only
them.
9.
As you bang are able to take them out there. They're all fairly weak, but together they're quite strong as a unit. As you
Us.
as you take them out of action, is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Braxton?
No, that's everything I can do.
Not a problem at all. So it's then going to be the Dolphin Cavalry, the Henry Cavalry. We mentioned him earlier.
Yes. Good callback.
Thanks. They're going to circle around here. They were already sort of circling your weapons in the armory area. As they come back round, Braxton, they're going to take some attacks on you as you're still up here. I'm going to make some rolls here for that. Does 21's going to hit?
Tip me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
21. And does a 16 hit?
No.
Okay, so one of their attacks is going to hit there, and that's going to do 7 points of damage. Sorry.
I'm looking fucked.
So you take your shot as then some more sort of axes sort of fly in from off there as one of them clips your shoulder and pulls you back a little bit as blood starts to trickle down your chest. There as it sticks out of you. It's then going to be your little artillery prawns. Who was it again that you said for them to attack?
It was Colin. Oh, sorry. I said for them to attack the catfish on dolphins.
So the catfish on dolphins are very close to you, so there is a chance you could take some damage off of
Who's
this.
further away that they could attack then? Sorry, I thought the catfish were further back.
So there's not a lot of enemies here that don't have any friendlies around them. So the catfish are the ones that are the furthest.
That's the safest bet then.
That's the safest bet because obviously the ones with the shields are like right on Row, and the other enemies are on the ship.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to have to be the catfish, isn't it?
Cool. Do you shout anything across at them on their
I'm
turn?
going to say, aim true, Colin. You got this.
But it's danger close, Braxton, sir.
Sometimes you got to live dangerously, Colin.
You're a true American hero.
Space American kid, but I'll take it.
I don't like Braxton this episode.
You don't like him?
No.
Why not? He's been cool. What's that noise?
It's the Jesus stuff that he was on about as well, man, the last couple
Look,
of episodes.
he definitely votes Republican, but he doesn't like Trump. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of them.
Okay. I can stomach
He's
that.
like a Mitt Romney kind of.
Oh, yeah. Braxton's still definitely a cunt, like, no doubt. But slightly less of a cunt
Red,
than...
white, and blue.
Yeah.
They load the cannon, little tears in their eyes, as they fire towards the Dolphin Cavalry. Braxton, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Great. Thank fuck for the advantage. That was a 2. That is going to be a 10. Fuck.
On a 10, you're still going to take half damage off of this, okay? I'm going to roll here. Further 8d6. If anyone would like to say anything while I gather my dice, feel free.
I think someone should probably say my last fucking rights, because 8d6 is going to kill me.
From one cannon?
It's okay.
My word.
Hey, I can touch you and make you feel better, right? I got the magic touch.
All ones.
8,
All ones. It's
10.
8 damage.
15, 21, 23. So the cavalry take half as well. So you're going to take, I believe it's going to be 11 points of damage.
Okay, 11 points damage. Okay, I'm still
Still up?
standing just.
The explosion goes off. A couple of the cavalry members fall off of the dolphins, and the dolphins go. I can't make dolphin noises. What the fuck was that?
Talking
My
underwater.
ears are really blocked up with sickness. This is like the weirdest fever dream in my ears ever.
Oh, this place stopped. As a couple of cavalry members fall by the wayside, Braxton, as the fire sort of engulfs around you and sort of singes your mustache. That's then going to be the remaining shield unit that's beside you there, Lauren, are going to make their attacks. On roll. Your AC is 20. Neither of them hit as they are sort of stumbling back and a bit taken off guard as they realise someone's like behind them as they try to reformate some sort of defensive line. They take some pot shots at you but bounces off your exterior.
When they're like fumbling, she does that thing where, you know, when you go to do something and fumble and someone mimics it and they're like,
I feel like Bully Morgan. They that happens there. Sarah on her turn is going to swim even closer to the ship. You see her pop up pretty close to it for air and then like dive back down. She should get there on her next turn. She should arrive at the rock hopper. I'm going to make some rolls here just for the penguins as they start to fight back against the.
Yes, penguins. Come on.
You see they're doing all right. You see Skipper like, "Maha, you bastards!" See, like he doesn't kill anyone, but he like sort of like wounds one of them. Like as he carves a little deep gash into one of their thighs, one of the like fishy thighs. As the other one sort of ting ting ting. Chili does not look to be doing well. The old sort of lady penguin. She does not seem to be coping well. She's sort of, you can see her sort of lagging and tired. Tux is fucking shit up. But more sort of like, he's not really doing, he's sort of fucking with them a little bit. He keeps like pushing them and like nothing that's going to actually do real damage, but he's just trying to fuck with them by the look at it.
Tux, stop that. Just stab them.
Fine. As he pulls his knife back out. It's then going to be back to the top of the initiative order. And as we get there, PT, as you sort of emerge from the waves again, the weather continues to pick up. The sea starts to rock and wave tumultuously like a cheap waterbed on all sides. Everyone that isn't in the air right now, so Sky, you are safe from this. But everyone else can give me a dexterity saving throw.
15.
15.
12.
3.
So, Petey, Braxton, you guys save as a huge wave batters the side of you. Petey, you're able to hold on with the jellyfish. Braxton, you just make yourself flat enough that you are able to...
Hey, it feels good, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this rug thing, I mean, if I could really do it, I'd think it would be better. But yeah, this ain't bad.
It's nice.
roll. You're going to take 18 points of damage.
Gads.
As you feel yourself with the force of a massive wave pushed and knocked off of the jellyfish and dragged down into the water by 30 feet down. As you start to feel yourself sink cold and icy, your joints stiffening up as you start to fall down into the water. But on a positive note, so do some of the shield fish that were beside you. But you know they're fish. They're fine in the water. Two of them die from just the force, but one of them survived that. but they're looking pretty fucked up on that pedestal there. PT, it's your turn.
I'm going to, before I jump off and try and get my bits and pieces, get my guns and that, I'm going to communicate with the jellyfish one last time and say,
Hey, jelly guy, go get our metal friend down there. Go get Ro. Go get Ro.
and do I feel like that has been...
Do you feel like that's been communicated as it starts to like move in that direction?
I'm going to jump off into the armory and I'm going to get my guns.
You're going to get your guns for that.
Yeah.
You pick them up. You are fully locked and loaded.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I think I'm going to do a wee shoot.
Oh.
How many of these little dudes are still cutting about?
I believe there is 3 of the shield ones.
Yes.
Yes, 3.
Okay, I'm going to pick one of them off, at least try to. That will be a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that will be 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. That does not do enough to kill him. As you sort of wing one of them as his arm goes limp.
There's
as you
only
bang.
3 left.
3 left, yeah.
And how many of Braxton's prawns are still cutting about?
I believe I said 4.
Could I try and speak to the remaining
Yeah, you can speak to them.
salmon guard, were they?
The 3 remaining fish. Yeah, you can speak to them.
My brothers in arms, join us like your fishy prawn pals have, or we'll drown you. And that's a fucked up death for a fish. I'll pull you backwards in the water. I'll pull you backwards so that your gills can't get any fresh oxygenated water. That's fucked, man. That sucks. That's like fishy waterboarding. Underwater, baby. So what's it gonna be?
Roll me intimidation
trying, yeah.
with advantage.
It's a 22.
Jesus Christ. On a 22, they sort of look at each other and they start. You see one of them place his hands on his gills and like run his fingers across them. And on that, they drop their weapons and look to be not joining you but fleeing.
Cool. So, will that have been most of my movement getting into the armory?
Yeah, that's about 3/4 of your
Should I
movement.
do a can I just do a investigation check to see if there's any little bits and pieces that I can nick?
You can roll me an investigation check.
21.
On a 21, you look around. You don't see anything of like insane value. Obviously, you find the armor that you'd had as well, the kind of special armor that you'd been given, but you don't overly find anything crazy. You find some more bullets for the flintlock pistol if you want to hold on to it.
Oh, hold on to
You hold on to that there. However, on that 21, you do notice a little bit of something. For a brief moment, just a shadow across the clouds, just sort of staccato. It sort of appears and flashes as the lightning goes, and then disappears, sort of jagged and moving, and it's quite hard to tell what it is, but something is moving way up there.
Hey guys, we gotta go. My jellyfish pal, Johnny Jellyfish is going down to get Ro. So I say we get on the armory jellyfish. I talk to that one. We fly. We sail. We swim. I don't fucking know. We swim to wherever Ro's gonna come up from the water, and we get on the rock hopper. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we got to get out of here because I'm looking pretty messed up right now.
Oh, come here.
we're still in combat, aren't we?
Yes.
Still in initiative order.
I'll wait until my turn.
All right, let's do that.
I guess I'll do that my next turn. Speak to the fish.
Cool.
The jellyfish.
No bother at all. What are you want to tell the jellyfish to come back and pick you up?
I was going to start to drive the armory jellyfish. Is that one that can be driven?
Yeah, you can drive any of them. Okay. I will let you then this turn roll the animal handling check to see if you're drift compatible with a jellyfish. As you dig your gooey hands in there.
He's wired in.
He's wired in.
Peter's just like connecting to all the jellyfish.
Peter?
Like, the Navi. Yeah, we first named them last time.
Peter, you're
Put your
talking
hands
to
in
the
the jelly.
jellyfish.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter.
Plugging in like Avatar.
That's a 15, baby.
15. This one's a little bit more apprehensive to work with you, but you do sort of find mutual ground.
Give it a wee gentle kiss.
Oh god, that's awful.
Neutral ground is a gentle kiss. We work our differences out.
See, when I'm at work and I don't want to do something, my manager is like, want me to do it. Like, usually they give me a gentle kiss on the forehead. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
talking
okay.
to a client, they're a bit apprehensive. I show them the figures, give them a gentle kiss. It's okay.
Well, Lauren has a real job with clients and figures, amateur gate.
I forgot the name for job.
When I'm doing my task,
There's levels to this game.
Yeah, so you'll be able to pilot this on your next turn.
Cool.
It's then going to be the flyfish turn. Sky, you watch, they're sort of battling it out, the remaining ones there. You see one of them runs and disappears below deck somewhere. As he runs down there, you do hear... in fact, roll my perception check.
It's going to be a great roll.
11.
You hear fuck all. As you see him run down there and then very, very quickly run back out. And he looks to be avoiding combat entirely and just running away. On that, it's going to be your turn, Sky.
Oh, what to do?
Grab that jellyfish and grab that fish and interrogate him. Fast.
Oh, time is of the essence. Not sure if I've got time to do that. And there's too many penguins to grab. This is all bad, Josh. Thanks.
Welcome.
I just say that like a 4-year-old.
Incredibly sassy 4-year-old.
I'm a quick and smart boy. I'm gonna get on my sword and I'm gonna fly down to where that fish ran away to and disappeared to for a moment.
So you're going below deck.
Below deck.
You get down below deck. You can use your movement to get down there. As you basically like dive bomb on a sword into the like hatch where it would lead to below deck. You get in there. I'm not going to make you roll perception as fire and crackling wood and sort of hot metal around you as everything's sort of smoky, but you do see firmly planted just ahead of you, sort of on the, it looks like a kind of engine room or like a very important sort of control panel area. Some sort of bomb has been planted. You see there is a timer on it of 10 seconds.
Just like a straight up bomb.
Just a straight up bomb.
Like magic or just like...
Fine, you want me to describe it more? It's a bomb made of seaweed and shells because they're fish.
Right, okay. But it's probably not made of magic.
It is not, no. It's a straight up bomb.
Just a legit bomb.
It's a legit bomb.
Sky's going to give that a good old try and see if he can't defuse the seaweed bomb.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Smart wizard. Roll. On the
misses.
table. 16.
Oh, a 16's a good roll. You're able to narrow it down to 2 wires to cut. There's a red wire and there's a blue wire. What one would you like to cut?
Now, the thinking man would pick the red wire, but the thinking man would be wrong because this is a blue water planet. So that's the important wire, I think, in this case. So Sky's going to cut the
They
blue.
think that's the safe wire because they associate water with home.
Nah, because water's strength and volatile. Cut the blue wire.
Are you sure?
Final answer.
Final answer.
Final answer.
What we're going to do as you cut that wire, we're going to return to that as you come to your turn in the next round. As you finish your turn doing that. Ro, you are tumbling down here. Are you still conscious? Have you still got HP?
I have. Yes, is the answer. I have 7.
Okay, you're nearly dead as you feel your circuit sparking, pieces of you broken off, wires exposed as you're falling deeper and deeper into the abyss of the sea. However, as you turn, you do see a jellyfish approaching you, the same jellyfish that had been on your side, very slowly coming towards you to try and like catch you. Is there anything you would like to do to try and aid that, or are you planning to do something else?
What can I do to aid it? I can.
You could try and swim towards it.
Yeah, I'll start. If I can in water, like the way that you're paddling your feet to move faster, I'll just like 360 spin my arms like a propeller.
We start to 360 spin your arms like a propeller. I'm going to say just roll me a flat strength check. Just roll me a strength check. Add your strength modifier.
Oh, okay, it's 8.
8. Obviously you are like fairly broken and fucked up here. You're able to spin enough to like shunt you in the direction that it's coming off, so you're now on a course with it that you'll arrive inside it sooner. But on your turn, you don't quite get into it, but you will arrive into it on the jellyfish's turn, which is on Petey's turn. Braxton.
So I want to join the gang in trying to escape to the ship. But on the way past, I'm going to fire off some pop shots. So who's the most sort of threat at the moment?
The cavalry.
Cavalry. I'm going to fire at them. So first one is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
Right, so what I'm going to do, because it didn't hit, I'm going to take off my holy symbol. I don't do this very often, but it's one of the coolest things I ever came up with. My holy symbol around my neck is in the shape of a crosshair. I take it off from around my neck and clip it onto my gun and refire, adding 10 to my hit.
Do
Making
you
that
slide it up a tiny bit, the vertical line, so it resembles a crucifix?
Sure.
What is that?
So, you ask me in character, or
No.
Sure.
What ability is that? That's cool.
it's a war cleric thing.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. You can add 10 to your to hit. You can only do it like once or twice a day, I think.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Or per short rest. So I'll do it again. Fire again. It's a 24 to hit.
That is going to hit.
And then that next one, that's a nat 1, so I can't help with that. So with the 24 to hit, I'm gonna blast into the cavalry as much as I can, doing 6 points of damage as I do so.
6 points of damage. You shoot one of them clean in the chest as he goes, or whatever the Wilhelm. Anyone want to do a Wilhelm scream? It does
Nice,
that and
nice.
fall. That was pretty good actually.
was
As he
good.
falls off of the
I hate the
dolphin.
Wilhelm scream.
So that it's
It
so
annoys me
obvious
so
when you
much.
hear
Yeah,
it.
it's
I like it.
No, it takes you out of everything that you watch. I'm
Totally.
like, I'm really enjoying
It
Star
makes
Wars
me more
at the
invested.
Sarlacc pit, and then Boba Fett does the Wilhelm scream. I'm like, I'm out of it now. I'm not enjoying the movie.
You enjoy Star Wars? What, you 12?
I am a child at heart.
You got that one on one of those shots.
Yeah.
You misfire one of them and it smacks one of the dolphins clean in the head as the rider is like, Barbara, no. As he just kind of cuddles it and they stop in the water.
This guy
Did
fucking
you
a
say
dolphin.
Brabra?
What?
Is your dolphin called Brabra?
It's called Barbara.
Not Brabra?
No.
Okay. There's going to be 5 people in the audience who get that reference, and we'll move on.
And none of them are in this room.
It's Flight of the Conchords, but anyway, whatever.
Cool. As you kill a man's only friend, it's then going to be. Is that the end of your turn?
Well, yeah, I want to get as far into the direction of safety as possible, though.
Cool. So, how are you? Are you going to get out and swim? Are you going to try and?
How close am I to the jellyfish that's moving?
So you are in one right now that Petey is trying to move. The one that's sort of under the water is about 20 feet across.
Would you
and
rather stay in
30
this
feet
one,
down?
Petey?
I think so. If we're starting to,
Cool, I'll stay in this one, but I will put my legs behind it and start kicking.
You start kicking, that moves it. I'm going to say if you take your full movement, this one will move a little bit faster. You push it, and you can get about 30 feet. You can take your full movement as you move this jellyfish by 30 feet towards the
quads.
ships.
This guy's been on the quad extension machine for sure.
But now with your feet in the water, the cavalry take their turn as they see their chance to strike you, Braxton.
My itsy bitsy toesy woesies.
They're going to take 2 attacks on you. What's your AC?
17, my good man.
17. One of them hits. One of them rolls in that one. I'm going to say on that. He goes to throw his axe, slips, and cuts his own dolphin's head off. And he says, Brabra.
See, I knew it'd pay off.
But the other one hits. And that's going to be, 5 points of damage.
I'm knocked unconscious.
You are knocked
I
unconscious.
completely forgot I was that low health. I probably should have been like healing myself in that turn. I'm unconscious.
You, with your legs at the back, are just lying face down in the jellyfish.
Slowly sliding off the back.
Slowly sliding off the back with a large wound in your back from an axe.
Wait, are you in the water?
He's sliding
No,
off into the
my-
water.
Okay.
My legs are.
His legs are. That's going to end the cavalry's turn. It's then going to be the NPC's turn. On that turn there, Sky, you're still below deck, you're cutting the wire. No one can really see what's happening with the penguins, but from below, as you're kind of working on that, Sky, you hear like screams of agony that don't sound like they're coming from fish.
Is it the baby penguin?
It does not sound like the baby penguin.
Why not?
Sorry?
Shut up, Alex.
You're not here anyway. On that as well, it's been a long fucking day. On that as well, Sarah reaches the rock hopper and sort of climbs on board. Instead of climbing in through the top, she's going to climb in, smash her way in through a porthole that's sort of on the side and enters in to somewhere in the hull. That's going to end the NPC's turn. This whole fight forgot about Mukaseta.
Mukaseta has been behind me, rubbing my shoulders, just been like,
You're doing really good, Petey. You're doing great.
Let's say that. Canonically, Mukaseta has been...
Mukaseta's just been Pete's champion.
She's been on you like Yoda and Luke, on your back the whole time. But yeah, Mukaseta's just been there. Who's Mukaseta? No one knows. She's there. Cool. It's then back to the top of the initiative order. Now, as the battle rages on, smoke and salt water creeping across your skin and into your lungs, blood and fish guts blinding your eyes and sliding off of your respective armours and hulls. A shadow appears again across the dark clouds, set upon by bright flashes of powerful lightning. Seemingly, it seems striking around it or near it. It dances amongst the sky and storm and sounds of thunder. And then, Peter, you look up as Mukaseta has always been there, points to the sky. Dark wings of death and deep, unfeeling red eyes, blocking any light that was left from sun or star.
No.
Meadow has returned, but she is not the same. With the whistle of wind on metal, she dive bombs towards you, Petey, and she's immediately going to make an attack here. As she comes towards you, razor sharp talons ready to swipe at you. That's going to hit. It's going to be about 30 to hit. How many hit points do you have, Peter?
30.
Okay, you
I'm
might be
taking a lot
okay.
of damage. That's right.
That's going to do 17 points of damage.
Uncanny dodge.
You can uncanny you can uncanny dodge.
That's 8 points then.
8 points of damage as it clips across your gooey exterior as she sweeps back up into the air. And then that is going to be your turn.
Okay. Petey's going to, if he does have neck bones, he's going to crack his neck bones and just
God.
like that. And he's going to just refocus on the jellyfish, and he's going to will the jellyfish to go forward. And he's going to give it a command and just say,
Get to the rock hopper. Fast. Mukaseta, with me.
I'm going to try and hide.
Roll me a stealth check with advantage when you can set hiding you, helping you.
23.
On a 23, you're able to flatten out very well, to the point that any attacks on you, they'll need to make a very high perception check.
I wouldn't need to completely disconnect then from the jellyfish. If
No,
I'm
you can
flattening
stay
it upon
connected
it.
to the jellyfish. As it hears what you're saying and sort of moves forward. I'm going to say, because I forgot about Mukaseta, the jellyfish's movement speed is doubled because she's helping you.
I may need to retcon that because I might need to help Braxton. Will I be able to hiding as a bonus action? I'll cast.
You can hide as a bonus action.
First, I'll cast. I'll cast Cure Wounds.
You can cast it from down there.
Yeah. A little tendril of goo will reach upon and grab Braxton.
I don't want it.
I feel like slithering.
It's gonna
through,
slither
awful.
and it's gonna just kind of like touch your ear a little bit. It's just
Gross.
gonna, and then it's gonna do 1d8 plus 5, I believe.
Let's give that a roll. I can see
The
one.
orange one.
Yeah.
11.
11 points damage. Or, sorry, 11 health.
Yeah, so you're back up.
You feel a little goo tendril tickle your ear, Braxton, as you come back to
Tickle your
consciousness.
I open my eyes and I look at Petey and I go, Petey, you saved me.
The tendril's going to rub itself along your chin and your jaw and your chin.
I'm having a real Inspector Javert moment right here. Might jump off a bridge.
Lovely. That's then going to be the fly fish's turn. They're going to take some attacks. Sky, you hear from above you again more cries. I'm trying to think if anyone's visible to this. You guys, PT and Braxton, as you're approaching the ship, you see up on the prow of the ship, Chili sort of like waving towards you, almost like a warning, as you see a sword or a spear driven directly through her back as she slumps dead over the sort of the railing of the ship's
Dead
edge.
or unconscious?
It seems like pretty dead.
Spear through her.
She was
She's like-
impaled by a spear. You could probably check when you get closer,
Okay.
but if it's too late by that point, it's too late by that point.
On the rock hopper.
On the rock hopper, yes, it's fire and flame sort of dances around it. That is then going to be Sky. You're under there, so you cut the blue wire.
The blue wire.
I'm going to make a little roll here, right?
To see which wire it was.
Yes, because I didn't decide. I'm going to roll a d20. Okay. Would you rather it was even in odds, or would you rather it was 10 or over or 10 or under? How would you rather I split this? I will let you decide, because the consequences of this could be drastic.
I think 10 over under's a bit more fitting.
10 over under.
What do you think? You're cutting the
Sky,
wire,
you're
bro.
cutting the wire. What would you rather? They're both the same odds.
I want evens.
You want evens.
And evens.
So evens
Is good.
is good. Evens is good. You've cut the correct wire. The bomb does not detonate. Odd. We will see what happens. If you, Sam, could roll me the d20.
They don't call me even Sam Stevenson for nothing.
They don't fucking call you it.
Hey, you're not my only friends. You don't know. Hey, yeah. That's a 5.
Fuck.
Now, if I'm correct, that's an odd number.
Actually,
Let me consult the numbers. guys.
Actually, like Alex, the one you're good at counting. What 5s?
Yeah, Josh, don't worry about it, sweetheart. You just think about your wee stories.
Well, that would have been bad either way, because that's
Yes,
also
good
below
point.
10.
So-
That is an odd number below 10. We were shagged.
I don't know, I wish.
You cut the blue wire as you see the little timer, which I guess is made of like, it's not like digital, it's like actual like krill. Like little tiny fish that are just moving to do the timer.
Tell them to stop moving.
They start moving faster. They start counting down faster until it reaches 0. And you hear a little click. And then a blinding flash of light as you feel your body torn by flying shrapnel of shell and fire. Now I'm going to roll a whole load of damage here. It's going to be taken by yourself, by the ship, and everyone that's on the rock hopper. Alex has just taken my dice and dice tray away from me. So if anyone would like to talk while I wrestle for this back and roll all the dice,
Okay,
I'm going to roll
so-
some dice. Anyone can tell a story.
I am actually doing all right for health as far as a normal fight goes, but obviously this is a bomb, so this is not good. I've currently got 46 HP.
You got like a teleport out or anything like that?
Not as a reaction.
what
None of that
reactions do you
nonsense.
have that might be useful here?
I mean, I have shield, but this isn't really the time or
Probably a
place.
saving throw rather than a armor
Yeah.
class thing anyway.
Well, fuck.
I don't know what saving throw there is for being in front of a bomb.
It's
As it
double. It's
explodes.
double your hit points, and then you're just flat. You're just immediately dead, isn't it?
It's your hit points plus your total hit points.
Okay.
So I'm going to say you can roll me a dex saving throw with disadvantage because you have like 3 seconds to try and get behind something.
I'm really good at those.
Everyone else on the ship is not going to roll. Is going to roll with just flat.
That's a 1 and a 2.
So you're going to take the full whack here. So you take 33 points of damage.
All right, I'm alive.
Yay.
Are thrown back against the walls of the ship as everything around you bursts. You can see sky above you now. Not you as a person, actual sky as in
Just bits of me.
bits of you. You can see the clouds and the lightning above you where there had been ceiling as the whole ship seems to tear in half. Everyone that's approaching it sees a huge cloud of fire and smoke erupt from within as the whole rock hopper begins to break in half and capsize. I'm not going to tell you as of yet the fate of everyone on it, as you cannot see. Sky, would you like to do anything else? with your
Well,
turn?
it's my turn now.
It is your turn.
Oh, God.
I didn't knock you out with that, which is annoying, because you're a wizard. I thought that would do it.
Yeah, I put things in Constitution. I got a positive Constitution modifier letting me
Some
go
man.
as a
Right, go.
wizard. Sky's gonna take a moment to recover somehow. He's gonna jump on his sword and and attempt to fly up and take scope of the scene around him. Just fly up so that he can try and gather the scene.
You open your eyes, you feel sort of ash falling around you and wet from blood against your back and pouring down your head. As you get up and stable yourself, you call your sword, you dive on as you fly up and out of the huge gap emerging in the centre of the ship's hull. Chaos is ensuing all around you. The remaining sort of fly fish, one of them seems to have been able to fly away and is just escaping. You see 2 of them lie dead. You look down, roll me a perception check.
Better this time.
Whoa!
9. You cannot see much going on. You cannot see Pebbles, the penguin, here, who presumably was on the ship at a point. You can see Tux, who lies alive, but with a large chunk of wood sticking from his chest. He sort of lies against one of the masts that's still standing, holding it, bleeding out. And you see at the opposite side of the ship, over the edge of where it's cracked in half, is Skipper, who seems to be hanging from the edge by one arm, his other arm completely missing.
Right, well, I can't help with any of that, but what is happening?
That's terrible. I can't help you.
Sorry.
What is happening is the rest of the gang are trying to make their way over to the ship on the last jellyfish, and they are being pursued, presumably, by some of the last of the baddies. So Sky's going to use his only 4th level spell slot, and he's going to cast Control Water, and he's going to summon up all of his energy that he's got left after this big hit, and cast Control Water. Kind of it affects like 100-foot wide area, and I'm going to use let's use the proper term, the part water section of Control Water, and I'm going to make a massive split in a canyon of water between the party and the other pursuing fish and cavalry.
Fantastic. You're able to do that, actually. So
It's
that's
funny as well, part water doesn't specify how deep the canyon goes, so I'm just going to say it goes right to the bottom of the
this
ocean
thing goes
waters.
down for fucking miles. I'm going to make a roll here,
Leagues
actually.
and leagues below
Yeah,
the
literally
ocean.
like the entire planet's water, so
That's fucking crazy, bro. I'm going to make a roll here for the cavalry fish as you do that. In fact, I'll do it on their turn, but that is your...
But yeah, the idea is to split that canyon so that they can't make any
You've
more
essentially,
chase.
for these fish, created a tear in the earth.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
That's insane.
to try and keep our guys safe.
Yeah, that's crazy. You hold your hands up and do that. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, just summon my magic. Walla, 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 walla.
And on that roll, it's your turn. You feel yourself, the weight around you change as you fall through and into the jellyfish, and not travelling through water anymore. You land with a thud on the floor. What would you like to do?
Hooray! How can I get how far am I from everyone and everything?
So you are in this movement. If you're able to compel the jellyfish enough, could make it across to the ships.
Oh, I'm gonna try and do that. Try and move just as far forward as
Roll me an animal handling check.
Thank Yeah. 9.
On a 9, you're not able to get the full way, but I'm going to say you can surface. So the jellyfish comes back up to the surface, and you can now keep pace with Braxton and Petey as you guys travel along there. I'm going to say you'll just sort of move in tandem for the sake of speeding it up here, for the movement speed. As you guys start moving across, the jellyfish hold their little tentacle hands, and they start dragging each other along.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can we take them with us?
I'll think about it.
Install an
Josh.
aquarium.
Yes.
Oh my
Also-
god. Try and survive first.
I remembered something. If I don't know, because people are kind of okay for hit points, but we were all like dying for a minute. But remember, we can call on like the whole force of Robot London if we need them as well.
Oh yeah.
I think
I will preface that with you. It's the terms and conditions of the button was you can only do it once.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But I
Let's-
was going to
let's-
just
I think
go
this
ahead
looks
and
like
hit it, but I
a-
thought
this looks
maybe
like-
I'll mention it.
This looks like an escape mission rather than a battle to the death. right?
Yeah. Just food for fish thought.
Fish.
food for thought.
fish
She's no well, right? Leave her be.
She's no well.
Your sister's no well, Niall.
Does that end your turn there? Does that end your turn, Ro?
Yeah.
Cool. Braxton, we're at you as you sort of claw your way back onto the jellyfish, and you see the rock hopper burst in flames. You notice for the first time now, when you jumped off of Petey's jellyfish, Sarah had been with him, and now she no longer is.
Oh, where is she?
Uh-huh.
Petey, where's my wife? Where's Sarah?
What, where's the woman that you don't fucking love anymore? I don't give a shit.
Petey.
Hey, you look at me. I don't give a fuck if we're in combat, all right? That woman has been nothing but unkind to me the entire time I've known her. The
She's
minute
a
I met
fucking
her.
person, though, Petey, and we don't want her to die, do we?
That's the noise that Ro makes.
Fuck yeah, Ro. Me and Ro, we're always copacetic, you know what I mean? Me and Ro know what the fuck we're talking about. Your wife is not nice. Don't like your ex-wife.
There's a time and place for this, Peter, and there's not right now, okay?
Don't you dare Peter me.
I'm gonna Peter you all I want. Listen,
Oh my.
can I see Sarah from where I am at all?
Roll me a perception.
That is a 25.
On a 25, you play around with the earpiece you have just to see if you can tune in to any signal that she might be on. You briefly get a faint signal at 25 where you can hear like fire and crackling and what sounds like would be the rock hopper.
So I think she's on the rock hopper.
Yes.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to healing word myself. So I'm going to go, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And I'm going to give myself back 9 more hit points.
Nice.
And then I'm going to cast guidance on the jellyfish to give it a D4 for any ability checks it's making. So I assume it's making some sort of like athletics check to see how fast it can go.
Yeah.
So now it's got a D4 to add to that to help push the jellyfish, and I'm going to do my kicking.
Cool. With all that, I'm going to make the little roll for the jellyfish here. Cool. So with that, with all of that there, the jellyfish are able to push, essentially reaching, all my dice, reaching the, are able to reach just about 10 to 15 feet off of the flaming wreckage of the rock hopper, the bad bitch floating sort of easily beside that there. Does that end your turn, Braxton?
Yes.
Because you reach the rock hopper. That's going to be the cavalry's turn that are on the thing. I'm going to make a roll for them here. Chase them down, men. They're on the run. As they fall off of the new edge of their earth and tumble miles to the ocean floor and disappear completely and utterly decimated between them. That's going to be their turn. Okie dokie. It's then going to be the NPC's turn. On that, I'm going to say Sky, you can see this here as well. Skipper, his hand that was on the thing holding him on as the thing tilts like the Titanic, lets go and falls into the water. Tux, his eyes close and he slumps. So I've made some rolls there that yous will not know the outcome of as of yet. That brings us back to Meadow at the top as Meadow dives down here. She circles overhead as you can hear her squawking, and she is going to come down again at you, Petey.
Can she see me?
Oh, you're hidden. No, she cannot. She circles around and she's going to spend her turn searching specifically for you as she circles around, trying to single you out. It brings then to Petey's turn. You are 15 feet from the rock hopper at the start of this turn. What would you like to do?
Would I, from my knowledge of Meadow, know how many hit points she has? Or is she in a completely altered form now?
Completely altered
Power
form.
word kill Meadow or something.
She's a completely altered sort of form.
Okay. I'm going to form a tiny little mouth next to Braxton's ear and just say,
I really think we should get on the ship right now, really, really fast.
Onto the bed, bitch.
On the bed, bitch, baby.
Okay. Do we think anyone's alive on the rock hopper?
Unsure.
Sky's there, maybe Sarah's there, maybe some of the penguins.
Yeah, fuck your wife. Let's get on the fucking...
I'm trying.
Yeah, I say we get on the bed, bitch, and then anyone that's on the rock hopper can...
Swing by, you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
sounds good.
I gotta keep it down, the bird, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you going to try and get onto the rock hopper?
yes.
Cool. Are you leaving your position here to get you could probably get on with your full movement?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Cool. You jump across to the bad bitch. Sorry, you're going on it. You
Yeah.
jump across the bad bitch and able to snake your way back inside. All the lights are off, all the power's off, and it's very eerie in here as you walk through. Your footsteps echoing in the corridors.
I'm going to leave Mukaseta with Braxton for now.
Cool.
Just to, in case he needs any cover.
Cool. She can give you the help action and
Yeah.
stuff. Cool. That ends. Does that end your turn?
With an object interaction, does the ship count as an object?
Sure.
Yeah, can I turn that baby on?
You get there and you see everything's sort of been like not tampered with or like sabotaged, but like fully disabled. So if you could roll me an intelligence check.
Freaky. I can't. I'm having a dyslexic nightmare. I can't find any dice when I'm looking at them. It's driving me mad today. Hey. Could I retcon Mukaseta going with Alex and have her come with me and help me?
You can roll with advantage because you know the ship
Oh, thank
and
you.
you were on it for months.
Thank fuck. That's cocked between a nat 20 and an 8, but I'm going to have to give it up. Fuck's sake. 8.
You flick some dials. Some lights come on.
Great.
There you go. It doesn't seem like the engine has started yet, but you can continue to do that and you
I've
flick
done my
away.
movement. I've done my... Nah, I got fuck all else.
Cool. That is then going to be Sky's turn.
Sky is going to shout to Braxton and Ro that there seems to be a couple of the members of the Rock Hopper team in the process of bleeding out. And then I'm going to use my action to once again use control water, but I'm going to try and use a mix of like the control flow mode and the raise water level mode. I'm going to try and bring Skipper back to the surface.
Cool. I'm going to say you could roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
14.
14, that's enough to do it. You're able to pick Skipper out of the water and float him to the surface. He's fully unconscious right now and making death saves.
I want to go down, fly down on my sword and see if I can grab him and hoist him up onto like me, like my arms are on my shoulder, and then fly to the bad bitch.
You're fully able to do that with your movement. You fly up to the bad bitch and are able to sort of dock and get inside there.
Cracking.
Cool, is that the end of your turn?
I think that's about all I could do.
Cool. Ro, it is now your turn as you are just next to the rock hopper.
Next to rock hopper.
Yeah, you're 15 feet for the rock hopper. You've been moving in tandem with the other jellyfishes that's been like dragging you along.
Is it who's left inside Sarah?
Sarah, it seems, and also Tux, who is unconscious on top of it.
Okay.
And Pebbles is nowhere to be seen.
Oh fuck. Okay, changes everything. So Sky is going to the bad bitch. Yeah.
I've dropped Skipper off on the bad bitch.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we're all gonna go in the rock hopper and try and save everyone, and I would be like a bitch if I didn't help.
That's what I said.
I
Okay.
think the best thing to do is to gather everyone on the deck of the rock hopper, and then we can swing past and pick them up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try and
Drop
do-
a rope.
go
Yeah.
by the rock hopper. Then yeah.
Cool. So you're trying to just get everyone together on the rock hopper, is that? Mm-hmm. Cool. You can dive on there. I'm not going to say it's going to make you any rolls. You can just climb your way up with your movement. As you can grab tucks and sort of bring them to a central point there. Roll me a perception check while you're up there, and we'll see if you see pebbles as well.
But also now, because we leveled up and I'm the emissary of peace, I always have +5 to my persuasion checks.
It was perception.
Oh, wait.
Well, you know what? See if you want to shout out and be like, "Come out, come out!" But, if you can,
Everyone, please.
you can make it persuasion if you want to shout out to try and coax pebbles out.
They're such similar words, man. Like, yeah. Pebbles. Robot was. Where are you?
As you roll that there, so that's is that 13 plus 5?
Yeah.
So that's going to be that's an 18. So as you say that, you see a barrel like roll over from the other side of the ship, and you see Pebbles scramble out, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so glad it's you!" And he runs up and gives you a big cuddle. As you have the 2 penguins there, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
It's then going to be Braxton's turn.
How close am I to the bad bitch? Can I get on it in this turn?
Yeah, you're about 10 to 50 feet, about
Great.
10 feet away.
I'm going to get into the driver's seat of the bad bitch, if I can.
Yep.
And try and just start it up and swing close enough to the rock hopper that they can all get on their turn.
Hey, I'm going to say you've been piloting this. I'm not going to make you roll. Peter gets enough done that you can come in and just you push the big glaringly red obvious button that says on.
Yeah.
I've
You
been
fucking idiot, Petey.
I've been putting it in gear and
The
shit.
high beams are on and all that, and the window wipers are gone. You get it on and you're able to fly it round and park it so that you can amply load.
All right, kids, everybody on.
You're able to load them up there. I'm going to say as sort of meadow circles ahead, doesn't look like it's going to attack anytime soon. We can exit initiative here just on that turn. As you start piling everyone on, what would you like to do?
Did we get Sarah?
You did not.
Can Sky see if you can do a whip around the wreckage of the boat, see if you can find her?
Nah, she can float.
You can roll me a perception check.
Come on. Damn it.
I'll cast enhanced ability on Sky real quick before he did that.
What does that give
Gives
me?
you advantage.
Advantage?
Yeah.
Right, it's perception 11.
On an 11, you do not see her anywhere on the exterior of the boat.
I drag Braxton and pulling him away. You will see her again.
If I don't get
in
my
hell.
hamster
Can we
or
tow
my
the
bird,
boat?
you don't get your wife.
You could tow half of the boat because it's split in half.
50-50 chance.
Oh. I'd like to tow half of the boat.
What half would you like to tow?
What half does my heart tell me to tow?
Well, you don't love her anymore, so you don't know.
Then I'll do the other half.
Well, here was the clue. She climbed in through a porthole to like some below deck area.
But it's like a front or back situation, right?
Yeah, but like I don't know,
Split
like
like a
what
burger bun.
room might she have, what room might she have gone to?
Oh, captain's quarters, maybe? Or
No, the captain's quarters
That's
were on
above deck.
the above deck.
maybe the engine room? Probably the engine room, right?
No, if she was in the engine room, she probably would have seen that bomb first.
Oh, Jesus, fuck, I don't know, man. Right, flip a coin. Front half.
You pick the front half. So you pick the front half. We're going to make another very important roll here. Braxton, if you can take me a D20.
Odds or evens?
We're doing odds. We're doing 10 and above. 10 above, 10 below. We'll see what happens with that. What did you roll?
8.
On an 8. Crew, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to say that you'll have to find out next time. That's all we've got time for, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening and stick around for the final episode of The Lonely Cosmos, releasing in 2 weeks' time. Love you very much. Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Bye.